Hello and welcome. I'm back for another garden walk. Things are looking good. I've just broken off from tidying and lifting leaves to take a break, and because I keep seeing things that I want to share and show you. So I just want to share this as here I am up at what I call the new bed beside the pond, although it's not quite so new. It's a lot newer, more recently planted than many of the beds. And here we've got some select plants that we've got. So we've got the lovely little Narcissus Cyclaminius, and this is Aranthus Guinea Gold. I purposely used Guinea Gold in this bed because I didn't want it seeding around, because I want the other plants to seed around. And here we've got, you can see if I come down over here, the start of that's the Erythronium caucasicums, the very first ones. There's the other one there. There's a whole lot of them in here. Caucasicum and Sibericum, and some unusual forms of dense canis. But it's just the way it comes up. Regular bulb log readers will remember I like to use this pine needle mulch on this bed because I think it gives it a very natural feel, the sort of look and feel that I want the garden to have, and the plants love it. The hepatica seedlings, we've got quite a lot of pink seedlings in here, although I planted out more colours hopefully. The first batch I planted out all tended to be the pink ones, but there's lots more to come in here. There's Corydalis pushing through, and a whole lot, and a lot of the small trilliums. So just moving around, you can see it's from this angle it's starting to catch the sun. As the sun rises at the bit to the south behind me here, it's working its way around. I just come over to another bed, another area that we reclaimed and have been replanting. This is in deep shade, but it's just these wee moments where I planted out plants, often at random. We've got snowdrops at Crocus, one of the small Narcissus minor or something, or minimus, whichever, I can't remember offhand. But Corydalis malcensis coming out with more snowdrops going up into right into the shade. You can push them right in. But this is the area, as I say, I've been working on and developing. Down there, the other area, it's just slower to waken up than the rest of the garden, because here at this southern end there's deep shade, and the sun really doesn't get onto this part of the garden until later in the year. So I'll just have a wander back. Here is the pond with a lot of the trees and pots, and we even managed to, I'll need to tidy it a bit, but Corydalis malcensis even grows in the pot. It put itself in there, maybe spread with, when I top dressed with some old potting compost. That's a dwarf form of a elm. But I'll just go for a wee wander. You will see as I walk my cable lead and my tools lying about, because as I say, I've just broken off from some work to show you I'm still lifting leaves. More and more leaves come down and get blown about, so over the next few weeks it's time to get the final sweep and clean. Down here a bit battered, but they'll sit up and shortly sit up. They've been battered more by the weather than by me. So the Crocus, the tricolour. Round here some of the big old Dutch crocus. really good in the right place. You know, they're great survivors. They go on and on year after year. And they are giants of the crocus world, but I love them. Here, if I just, next to my cable, we've got the start of the Narcissus coming in the path. I see down here buds. These are erythroniums seeding around out into the path, and leucodiums seeding out from in the bed here, where there's a whole bunch of leucodiums and some of the larger snowdrops, again in heavy shade. Come around past some of my tools. Come around to this. This is where I was sat here having a break and catching a breath, and I was looking down and seeing again the wee crocus and the Corydalis malcensis, and then spotting all the seedlings and all the new growths coming through. This Aranthus, the 6 seedlings coming through there galore. Up to the Aranthus up here, starting to go over the first of the Aranthus, but all the seed that they left last year is now germinating. A group of leucodium, that's the Carpathicum form with the yellow ovaries. And it's just so nice just to walk at this time, and I can see all the snowdrops and the crocus, but when you get down close, what really excites me is all the seedlings that are coming through. Down at this level you really do, and this is when you're working in a garden as well, when you're doing tidying, you have to watch and see what's down on the ground, and it's at times like this you start to spot things. I see here something that I really must do, and it's a good time to do it, and I'll possibly do it later today, and that's this primrose, Primula vulgaris. It's coming here. It's been here for quite a few years and it's spreading out, but I really think it's now time, and it would be much better split. So I'm going to lift that and split it and plant it out again. Just spread it out in this, possibly in the same area, but into around there, and I'll enrich the soil with some of the lovely leaf moulds that I'm making from the leaves I'm gathering. I see here points of the veratrum coming through. Oh, more snowdrops. You know what it is snowdrop time. They're still here, and as you see up there, some still coming out, but some of the first ones are just going over. It's a lovely time. Let's just go around to this way. I think I ended my last video by showing you a clump of Iris Catherine Hodgkins down there that I said I would split soon. Well, I did it that day, and it's now split, and they're spread right across this bed. But it is a lovely time when you can plant up things. This is the area. I took a lot of colchicums out here last year or the year before. I left a few, you can see their leaves. And now the wee hepaticas are coming. There's so much to come here. There's a lot of little narcissus. So many things. It's such an exciting time. Over there you can see the Iris Catherine Hodgkins. A whole lot more. And down here we've got Crocus and more Narcissus Cyclaminius. Now then, I'm trying to remember not to turn around too quickly, because it gets highly exaggerated on the screen. Hellebores. Yeah, there's plenty Hellebores coming up. They've been out for some time actually. But again, the evidence of seeding. Go down here. Corydalis caucasica, Eranthus, the cyclamen. You can see Crocus, the Zaliums, the bigger leaves of the bigger Critillaria imperialis. And from those red stout stems, I suspect and hope there's flower buds in some of those. The larger trumpet daffodil just starting to come. All around the garden is seats and garden furniture, so we've got a little old mushroom stone and a granite seat. And I can sit here, and from here I can look across the bulb bed to the rock garden and round to the rest of the garden, well, part of it from here. So each seat's got its own unique viewpoint. And a new area that I've been working on, just started to plant it last year, is this little corner, because we lost a shrub there and I've been planting it up. Come in and have a wee look. So I'm planting it with different hepaticas seedlings, different no name selections, but just a range. So there's pink ones and blue ones, there's hopefully some white ones. So I suspect that one over there might be white, it's not flowering yet. And some of the little snowdrops. Above here we've got more leucodium, the carpathicum. And it just goes on. And the beauty of this little corner, I'm building it because hopefully it'll be nice and colourful, because if I look round here you can see the sitting room window, and my chair's just right beside that window, and I can see this corner beautifully from there. The cyclamen leaves across the Eranthus. These early Eranthus are now starting to go over. I'm not sure I'll go down that way. I think I'll turn and head back up round this way just to do a short circuit of the centre part of the garden without going to the ends. This area is just wakening, under shade, bigger stuff, but I can see all the growth erupting through the leaves. You soon won't be able to see the ground, but I will come back to that primula. That needs to be lifted and split. Well, it doesn't need to be, but it will benefit from it. And if the plant benefits, we benefit. So just coming around it, I don't know if you can hear the wind, but it is pretty windy. You can see the trees and the bushes blowing about with an awful lot of wind. This is quite gentle wind compared to what we have had, but it's not been the best for some of the crocuses. They've been battered with the wind. Snowdrops are much more robust, but with a crocus they don't actually have a stem. What we've got is a floral tube, so it's much more delicate and can get battered rather than the stem. It's not designed to last so long. You can see here Erythronium caucasicum. First flower went over, it's even been chewed, and there's another flower on it now, getting blown about in the wind. Excuse me. Certainly Narcissus time's coming in with more Narcissus Cyclaminius. But I think I'll just walk. You can see, I'm not sure, the camera doesn't cope so well with the light and shade that's at this time of year. The human eye adjusts. But it shows you how the different environments and habitats in the garden as shade moves around. No plant is in full sun all the time, even when we've got sun all day. They all get some time in sun and some time in shade. The thing about gardens is they're continually developing. This is where we lost the big rhododendron melegangelum. So it's opened up an area here for more planting. Changes the environment. When you lose a big shrub or a tree, like many of us have done over these storms, then it becomes, it changes the environment around it, because those trees and shrubs cast shade, pull moisture out of the ground and just change the environment and the habitat. So I'm just going to come round and finish with a look across the cyclamen comb to the snowdrops, Galanthus Elizabeth Harrison, these are the Irish castor, no, Sheila in Germany. Again, got a bit battered. They were split just the other year. Perhaps I'll come and finish here at the Crocus thurkiensis. Nice place to finish. It's probably long enough for just now. I better go back and do more leaf lifting, so tidying up. So hope you've stuck with me. Thanks for being with me and joining me on this walk. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.